Bordeaux are trailing by 3 points with the last kick of the game, 33-30. The whole stadium, the weight is on Luku's shoulders. He steps up for the penalty, and he puts it exactly where he needs to be. The crowd erupts. Luku has sent Bordeaux into extra time with Toulouse. Toulouse were almost assured winners of the game in the second half. Oh my God, what a final. So, like and subscribe, all the usual stuff. Let's break this game down because, wow. First up, before I start, really, this is the reason why I love French rugby so much. This is the kind of excitement. This is the kind of finals that you expect and that you get from the top 14, especially when you're dealing with the likes of Bordeaux and Toulouse. Like, just wow, what an I'm still reeling from this. I mean, I'm gonna end up doing another video once I've actually settled down and I'm not sweating as much. You guys can probably see, like, I'm genuinely sweating, and not just because of the heat. What a game! Like, what a game! So let's break this down. So first up, Bordeaux coming through heavy pressure through the first half. They were on it. They were on the ball. They were really putting Toulouse to the test. And Luku started gaining points. He started getting points with penalties. You know, really starting to put that pressure on. But you can never knock Ramos. Ramos is the guy that can win a game by himself. And he is just phenomenal. He had another phenomenal game today. And without a doubt, one of the shining talents of French rugby, of Toulouse rugby, of just rugby in general. In my opinion, right now, I gotta say, I know I'm a big fan of Hugo Keenan, but after all the performances that he's put in, Ramos at 15 is the GOAT, especially at dead ball pieces. He is the GOAT. Look at what he did. Look at the performance that he put in today. Elite, absolutely elite talent. And now we got to take in consideration, right? Both Bordeaux and Toulouse lost big players, very big players. Ntamack came off with a shoulder injury. When it happened, I did kind of see, oh look, he was running off and he didn't shake any of the hands. He was kind of holding his shoulder in a bit of a weird position. And I thought, okay, maybe he's really annoyed that he's getting taken off or something. But no, it turns out it was a shoulder injury. We are waiting to see the extent of it, but he had that all wrapped up. And then BLBRA, I'm not entirely sure exactly what injury it was. He was limping quite heavily. So yeah, I think there was a moment where Bocaton got a yellow card, which I wasn't entirely certain of that. And I think it was a very harsh yellow. But BLBRA went walking to him, and he was limping quite heavily. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not too bad, and I doubt it's something that's gonna nigger him for a little while. But Toulouse, they were ready for this game. They were ready for this game. Every time they got on the ball, they were counterattacking so hard. Their counterattacking play was amazing. Jack Willis was just mind-blowingly good. I think it was by the 40th minute, he had already had like 33 jackals, which is out of this world. And now you got to think, what kind of talent is England truly missing out on in not having a player like Jacques Willis, officially adopted by the French. Like, he's not playing for them. So they are missing out on one of the most elite back rows in world rugby, like straight up. World rugby. It's just Willis, 2 tries, could have had 3. The guy was just a beast throughout. He was in one of those days where he was just unstoppable. They really tried everything that they possibly could to hold him. And when he went off, the guy got an ovation. This guy, he puts everything on the line. He literally puts everything on the line for his club and hopefully for his country. So Hopefully they will get off. Hopefully they will take away that rule. But I digress. Toulouse are the first team to get a try, 30th minute. And now I'm thinking, okay, the game's hotting up. The game's getting good. Toulouse are in front. They've been trailing the entire game so far. And then I think Jack Willis is just a monster. He's just an absolute monster. And you look at the run that he makes, it's just wow. Just wow. And it's just like, it's just this back and forth, back and forth. But actually, that first try that first try of Jacques Willis, I believe that was a no try because he knocked it on. Yeah, he knocked it on no try. It was brilliant. It did look like he did knock it on, so I completely agree with the referee over there. But what happens? Jalon, he comes through a couple minutes after. Like, what? What? And then you just see how the ball just runs out. Boom. Jalon finds that inside space. And I was like, what is happening here? Where did that come from? I literally looked away for a second, and then I looked back and wow, it was just, it was just absolutely amazing. But not long after that, we did see Malia kind of showing signs of a little bit of a niggling injury. But that guy, he constantly showed danger. He constantly showed danger in everything that he was doing. So he was a very scary customer to be going up against. And at points, I thought, "Oh, Malia, he's struggling a little bit." But nope, not happening. Just on point. Damian Penaud comes back after that with a try. What is his 25th try of the season? How can you stop this guy? Bordeaux really tried. They did actually keep him out a good portion of the game, but he got himself through another little try. I believe it was Maxime Lucu who just played the most beautiful, the most beautiful grubber that just went boop, perfectly placed. Damian Penaud takes the ball, boom, sidestep in space, nothing. So, but all the action started happening after that 30th minute try, because then boom, 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 try, and you're like, I've lost track of things here. And Bordeaux go into the second half trailing from being in front, and the back and forth try back, and they're actually trailing. And now you're thinking, what is happening here? This game is just ridiculous. Could the second half get any better than what the first half did? Yeah, it can. Because Bordeaux come in, it's like, oh my God. Bordeaux come in with so much pressure. They come in with just, I wasn't ready for this game. I'm telling you this right now. I was not ready for this game because they get an instant try. Bordeaux was 2 minutes into the first half, instant try. But then what happens? Jacques Willis is what happens. Again, monster, an absolute monster. The ball comes out of line out. The play is so quick. Jacques Willis in for a try. Was it 2 minutes after Bordeaux end up getting a try? And you're thinking, how is this? How is this happening? England are missing out on such a big player. Now, obviously, Bocaton, he came in a little bit high on his tackle. I think this one did kind of set the game a little bit, and it didn't help Bordeaux at all having a player like Bocaton off. I think it was a little bit harsh, the yellow. That's just my personal opinion. Yes, he was a little high. I couldn't necessarily see a direct head contact. I saw kind of um, like a swipe, if anything. But I feel that's a little bit harsh, especially considering the moment that he was in. So, yeah. What are your thoughts? Do you think Bocaton deserved that yellow and was out for a good portion of the time within the second half where the game was so hotly contested. But Maxime Lucu, genius. Bordeaux did so well going into that second half, especially being so far down. It was 30, yeah, I believe it was 23. And then they managed to come back 30-30. Toulouse got 33-30. And then a miracle happens. Last second of the game. It happens. It happens. The magic happens. Lucu gets everybody standing up, ready to go, fire going. They're into extra time, and I'm thinking Bordeaux can do this. They can do this. Everybody standing. All of the Bordeaux staff, the players, they were down. They weren't ready for it. You could see that they I don't know, they just kind of felt that they were going to lose. But now you start to see everybody up, they lively, they're ready to go. Even Biel Biarre was on his feet, ready to go, and it was just so tight. Back and forth, Bordeaux putting on the pressure, Toulouse defending, replying back. Ramos, what can you say? For me, man of the match. For me, quite possibly one of the men of the year. Ramos comes in with 2 penalties, 94th, sends everyone nuts. 39-33 on the day. Toulouse deserve this win. They really do. What a battle. And like I say, these are the kind of battles that make me love French rugby so much. And if you have anything bad to say about French rugby, please watch this game and come back to me, because I know you're going to have a different response. You're going to have a completely different outlook on life when you see monsters at work, elite level players at work here. And oh my God, England are missing out on Jack Willis. Idiots. I got to breathe. Guys, I'm lost for words. This was I loved the Premiership final. I loved the Champions Cup final. I loved the URC final, but this one takes the cake for me. This one took the cake. Bordeaux are coming out ultimately as a winner. You look at them last season, you look at the performance that they put in this season, you look at the performance that they put in the Champions Cup. In my books, they are winners. I had them going into this game, taking it ever so slightly, and it could have gone that way, but Thomas Ramos had other thoughts. Guys, there's ever a reason to like this, just love Ramos. Like the excitement that I felt when I saw Ramos finish it off. It's just crazy. Absolutely crazy. I love French rugby. What about you guys? So as always, please like, subscribe. I just want to open up conversations here. I want to hear what you guys thought, where you were, what you were doing. If you guys went to the game, I want to hear how you guys reacted, because that must have just been ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Guys, I'll see you later on the next video, I guess. I'm speechless here. Ciao.